Hello everybody and welcome back to Easy Rollers D&D. This is episode 24 and the recap. The last episode we found the party locked in combat with a hideous troll. The situation was tense, but a few well-placed blows turned the tide and the troll was quickly dispatched. Upon arrival at the farmstead, investigations began and Gottel suggested they should check out a cave he learnt about that the boy probably fled to. After some time searching, they found that Saracen was using this as a safe stash. And sure enough, the boy had indeed fled here, and there they found his remains. They gathered them up along with a few items, most notably a journal, and took them back to the farmstead. The atmosphere here had changed, and the ghost of Enid materialised outside, peaceful and mournful. She performed some kind of ritual with the remains and was reunited with her son in spirit form. Grateful, they depart this world finally in a loving embrace. In doing so, the missing children appeared. They seemed to have been being kept in a demiplane where Enid was keeping them safe. And thoroughly annoying everyone, the kids were finally returned to Porthbree safely, and the party headed off to see Yaz. She was very keen on a journal of Saracens and brokered a deal where in exchange for any literature they could find, she would allow them to hold on to books for a more extended period. Finally, with Yaz in tow, they went to the Drunken Fungus, where most notably the Orc watchwoman who had assisted with the goings-on at the Get-Baked bakery was keen to know more about the dragon, Rondiff, and a mysterious hooded elf entered the pub. When they left, they soon realised this hooded figure was following, and this is where we find the party now, in a dark street, very aware of the figure behind. How do they react? Let's find out. So, it's a dark, chilly night. There's clouds overhead blocking out the light of the moon. The only light is that which you carry for yourselves, or from what little candlelight you can get from the windows of the houses along the street, which isn't much. The figure is keeping a distance. What do?
I'm just going to stop and turn around.
Yeah? Is everyone having a similar reaction?
Are there any, posts or signposts around behind us there?
Yeah, there's probably some like street signage which directs you to different points in the town. Maybe one towards the Colosseum, say, or one
Or
towards...
maybe a shop sign or something like that, you know?
Oh, well, like a hanging sign from the building or something like that.
Yeah, like
yeah,
one
there
of
could be
those.
there could be one called, I don't know, Crumple Thinks Haberdashery.
Great. I'm going to cast light on that
Okay.
to lighten up the area a little.
Can I do a survival check with advantage?
Yeah, you
Just
can
to
do that.
see if this thing that following us, if it is, I know that it, like I do have advantage to see if there are fiend, fey, and dead, but just in case, just to make sure that it's not something that we don't want to encounter. One has gone on top of my dice and stood up in the middle, so I don't have a... Can I reroll it? Because I cannot
If
see
you've got a
number.
cocked die, you can. I will remind you that this hooded figure was an elf, because when he came into the pub, he would have took his hood down. He would have seen the ears protruding.
Can be undead. It can.
Yeah, that's very true.
It can be like in disguise. It can. You never know.
Yes.
So,
No. Absolutely. Yeah.
15.
15. Again, it is an elf. You would recognise the Fae within it. As I said, all elves of Amion originate from the Fae or have ancestry to the Fae. So yeah, you notice Fae.
Okay. Yeah. At least we know that what we see is true.
So we've got this light being cast upon this sign, and the figure kind of taken aback, really. Let me just see how he reacts to this. For podcast listeners, I do apologise. I am using a brand new microphone, which I'm still getting used to. It's one of these desktop podcast microphones. So if I go quiet, it's probably because I've gone too far away. But again, everything's a learning day, really, isn't it? Yeah, he doesn't really know how to react, so he kind of just stops and pulls his hood down, and you just see this like half grin on his face, and he's quite a handsome looking guy. He's got a very short beard, bit more than stubble, but not long. Long hair, kind of tied back, all braided in a ponytail kind of thing, and it's black hair. And he sort of stands there. He puts his hands on his hips, and he's probably a good sort of 20, 30 feet away from you. And he shakes his head, looks at the floor, and he approaches.
Why are you following us, sir?
He stops, and seeing as to him you're a young girl, but he sort of takes a knee in front of you, and he says, with a little chuckle, "It appears you have keen senses. I have been following you all for some time after you left Orifan. Perhaps my arrival in the pub was not such a good idea after all. It was hardly a subtle entrance as I'd hoped for. There is much to discuss with you all." And he stands up again. "Perhaps if you have a residence here, we can talk there, for the night reveals much to those who listen, and the night in a place like this has many keen ears. Lead on, and I will follow from afar if you will hear me. I do not want our interaction to be too obvious."
Who are you exactly? Why should we take you to our house?
"My name is Phalion Nightshade, and that is all I
Does
will
it say
give."
anything to us? The name, does it say anything to us?
You've not heard the name before, I don't think. Give me a history check. Just had you heard the name when you were in Orofan?
Eight.
Yeah, not really. You don't recognise the name.
Okay.
Again, why should we take you back to our house?
You don't have to.
Just make you.
You don't have to take me to your house. We can go somewhere else quiet if you know somewhere. But I think it's important that we speak.
Hey, we could go back to the pub.
No, there are too many potential threats in that place.
But everyone's pissed.
It's okay. If you do not wish to speak in private, then I will leave you to it and I will continue my business.
Hang on, I tell you what. Because you're a bit nervy about taking him back home. So, what if would you be alright fitting into a tiny hut?
Yes, I could do that.
Right, well, it'll just be a few minutes, so, we need to get somewhere in the corner over here in the shadows and or just cast tiny hut.
Am I correct in saying that tiny hut gives away a small glow of light, or you can control that, can't you?
No, it's opaque from the outside. You can see out of it, but you can't see into it.
That you can, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
it's lit inside and all comfortable and lovely. The perfect place for a clandestine meeting.
Lovely.
But you can't see it from the outside.
And you're going to take this off the main beat down like a side alley or something like that.
Just into a little corner where you wouldn't expect people to,
be casting magical spells in a
every 2
city
minutes.
that people don't like magic.
Well, it doesn't look like magic because it's just sitting around, and then suddenly it's like a little hut.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for that.
I need you two to keep an eye out for the bobbies.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Cool.
La 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 la.
Pops a tiny hut. Cool. Who's going into it? Is it just Gottel and this Falion character?
No, I'll go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, all going in. All right.
Yep. Yep.
Everyone steps into the tiny hut.
Not so tiny though.
Fine, there's enough room for 8 people or a horse.
It look. I the way I've always perceived it is like it's quite a small looking globe, but when you step it, it's a bit like a TARDIS. But when you step aside, it's more like as Corpse has said, like an 8-man tent or something like that. You've got enough room to stand up.
You know what it reminds me? When Harry Potter and Hermione and Ron were out, they were running in the woods on the last 2 books when they were on the run, and they had
Under the cape.
Sorry?
Under the cloak.
No, on the last one, when they were under the tent, where they had the tent and they were making sacred all the place around the tent, and they were staying there when Voldemort came out and they were on the run.
Of course,
Do you remember that?
other books about wizards are available.
There's even some good ones.
Oh, okay. So, you all enter the tiny hut with this Falion chap, and he probably he just sits on the floor, crosses his legs. He's got kind of like a long sword, and he sort of just tucks it up, and it hitches under his cloak as he sits down. What he's wearing is like now you can sort of see him in more light. Obviously, saw him in the pub, but I didn't actually really describe him. It's more like a really dark green. It's suitable for like skulking in shadows, and if he was in the wilds, it would definitely blend in, that kind of thing. And you can see it's weather stained. He's not had this cleaned in a long time, and being this close to him, there's kind of like that musky BOE smell to him. He doesn't really wash that often. He doesn't get the opportunity to when he's doing whatever it is that he does.
Oh man.
It's not like an offensive smell, but if you sat near him, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy definitely spends a lot of time outdoors." And he just looks
like
about you.
Aragorn.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly how I kind of envision this guy, but an elf. And he sort of looks about you all, and so as I said, I've been following you all for some time. I was intrigued to learn more of you all, as it was you who brought the package to the Lady Alora. I was her protector.
You did a very good job.
Unfortunately, no, I did not. When you all arrived, she cleared the circle. I was not permitted to be there. Only her servants. I knew of the box, but I was never able to get near it to inspect it myself.
I mean, would anyone else have had access to that box after we delivered it,
There was Rose. She was summoned, wasn't she, to the circle? There were other attendants too, a handful, 5 or 6. Any one of them could have done something to it, but what intrigued me was just that you brought it from this governor, which was unheard of before. That nobody knew who he was. We've had many dealings with Porthbury and its current government, and it all seemed very odd to me. And after the death of Alora, I decided I would shadow you for as long as I could. See where you went, see who you were talking to. You spent an awful lot of time talking to that governor, I've learnt that he is Celadon.
Belladon, he has kind of been, he's got a role in this place. He's been kind of an unofficial patron, giving us little jobs, keeps us in food and board. But other than that, we don't really know an awful lot about him.
Well, I must admit, and if you weren't willing to speak to me, I did have my reservations about you all. I was highly suspicious of you, seeing your comings and goings, but the fact you're willing to talk, and that's put me more at ease with you. I just need to know.
But wait a minute. You have seen us, you have followed us. You kind of suggesting that we are not good people. You haven't even told us your name. Who are you?
I did tell you my name.
Am I deaf again?
My
I
name
think
is
you might have
Phalion.
missed it there.
I'm so sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry,
Valiant
Richard.
Nightshade.
It's okay. The fact that you weren't. Go on.
What was your goal in following us exactly? We
Just
was
to
already.
see what I could learn, see where you went, who you spoke to. I thought if you were
We
the
was
ones
already
to have
free to
brought,
buy.
I just felt if you were the ones to have brought the package, you would probably lead me to a source of where it came from. That is all.
Yeah, but Failure sent us to go to that source.
I didn't actually. You broke up. I think you broke up, but as you said, Phalar and then something else.
Failure sent us to go back to the source of where they've been to get more information.
Okay. I haven't spoken to Phalar. I don't answer to him.
Okay.
So
So what
you
is your
answer
goal
to
now?
Go on.
Go on,
That
James.
was going to be my
Say
question, to
again.
be fair. That was good. I hope you answered it as well. Good for the thing.
I answer to the Lady Alora. Her goals and Phalar's did not align. I did not align with Phalar. So I took it upon myself to learn more, see if I could bring anything or anyone to justice over this crime, this tragedy. I wasn't sure how you
Yeah.
would react when as I say, it was probably foolish of me to step into that pub. And I wasn't sure how you would react if you noticed I was following you, but I had to start to speed up my process, if you will. Hence I started following you probably more brazenly than I would have done normally down this street. If you had attacked me, then I would have absolutely suspected you, but you clearly are good people. You didn't jump straight for your swords.
But it's always best to talk to people before, skewering them. I've always found.
Unless they're big.
So what have you learnt about any of this?
There's a lot of stuff going on in this place, with murdering dragons and stuff. It's all a bit of a mystery, but we're hoping that that big dragon lady there finds something where they've gone and maybe brings us back some answers. While
Yes,
we're trying to.
I did see Rondif leaving the city.
While we're trying to, find a little bit more out within the city itself here.
And have you made any progress? Anything that might relate to any of this?
Not as such, but maybe if you got any nuggets of information yourself, then that you could be sharing, that might move us along a little bit.
I don't have much myself. As I say, I've been watching you quite keenly, and it's put me onto this governor. I have been watching him as well. He has some bizarre comings and goings. I've never known someone of authority and power like that, especially in a city like this. inn or a farm, okay, maybe, but he wanders around late at night, coming here and going there. Never actively followed him. I've just watched him leave the government building at odd hours and returning at odd hours.
Trying to get close to him and see if we can get more information. He is quite a close book when you try talking to him.
I think if you said he gave you board and lodging and such. It sounds to me like you have him in a good position to learn more if he's willing to talk.
We got the lodgings and food because we saved his life from some pirates. And I think
I
that
see.
favour has come into an end.
And you've been
By the
doing
sounds of it.
work for him, by the sounds of things, in exchange for this lodging.
Yes and no, but that work's pretty drying up. It seems he's keeping his cards close to his chest. And so we're trying to build a bit more trust to him.
Maybe you should
Again.
press him for more work.
Yeah, we have go to the sewers tomorrow.
Sewers, what do you hope to gain there? I was in the city when the explosion went off.
Yeah, we're going to investigate those and see if we can get a bit more information.
Okay.
Or better than that now.
Well, look, perhaps I will go and do some more observations of this government building. You do your investigations, and I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
I'm sure we will.
Unless there's anything else you wish to ask me, I will leave you in peace.
If we have any information and we would like to talk to you, how can we find you?
Let us call the Drunken Fungus our meeting place. I will try and attend there most evenings. If I'm not there, you can leave a note with the barman, and I will collect it. And I will
Okay.
do so for you as well if you're not there and I have something to share.
That sounds like a plan.
Perhaps this alleyway would seem the sort of place if it is urgent. We could meet here. I don't know how we would summon one another. But
Yeah.
Well, I think leaving notes with the barman for the meeting time and place would be good.
very well. I leave you in peace. And he stands and bows and vacates the tiny hut.
Red. What do you think of that?
It's a bit strange.
How did we not see him before? How did we not notice that he was watching
Hang
us?
on, sorry, my pen's gone missing. I'm going to find a new one.
'Cause we probably weren't looking.
No, it does seem the type of person to be able to be quite sneaky.
Also, what I know that I don't know if he meant it in a good or a bad way, but I didn't like the kind of arrogance that he was like, "Oh, I can see you're good people now." We did ask you.
He's obviously not been watching too closely.
Yeah,
No.
probably not. Exactly. But at the same time, we didn't ask for your opinion if we are good or bad people. I don't know. I will take it a little bit with, how do you say it? A pinch of salt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not going to 100% trust him straight off the bat. It'd just be silly.
No. And also, if he has been following us for some time, does he know about my identity? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, he didn't mention it.
Yeah.
I would guess that if he's a scout of any kind of, standing at all, that he knows exactly what you are by now.
Probably.
We should be fine.
What I suggest we do is maybe next time we see Rondith, we can get some inside skinny on this fella here. Because if he was the bodyguard of Laura, then Rondith will surely have had some sort
Yeah.
of knowledge of that.
Yeah, we'll see that. We'll just be two for one of them.
Well, we're not like, given what he said about Failer and Laura not being aligned particularly, we might not. Well, it might be a good idea to get an opinion from Failer, but it's not likely to be very positive, is it?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only their governments that weren't aligned. Was quite upset when she died.
Or were they?
Hmm.
That's it. We just don't know, do we?
No, we don't. And we
Shall we
only
get home?
know what he says. We don't know the whole truth.
Bloody politicians.
I don't trust him.
No.
Yeah, let's head home, get some rest. Let's see what the Suez have held to us tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right so. Right so.
That will leave.
Heading back to your lodge, and there he is, his old Doodle McGuigan. He's asleep on the sofa at the moment. It's quite late at night. You're sort of talking 11, 12 o'clock at night, possibly even later. I can't remember what time we said in the last episode, but yes, you're there. Doodle is asleep, snoring away on the sofa. Yeah. You can
Go into my little sentry's watch right in front of Doodle's face, but like this. So that when he wakes up, he's going to get a delightful picture there.
Could you do that again? Sorry for YouTube, because I was in the notes just updating that NPC name for you, and
Like this.
the podcast this is. Gottel is going to pull a funny face and sort of lean over.
You will give him a heart attack.
It'll be like, Count Nosferatu leaning over him with a little, hello there, my next meal. It'll be like Opal coming for a social visit.
Opal is licking her lips.
Oh no. Well, the night.
We've got pop in the fridge for you, little girl.
Yeah, go to the fridge.
There's rice at home.
You find the pot in the fridge, and Doodle has been in the process of making black pudding.
Oh, good.
There isn't as much there as what there was.
Oh,
Yeah, black pudding's blood, Bana.
yes, it is. I'm going and I wake him up. What are you making?
You're waking him up. Oh, he's like. It's got all leaning over him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, for heart attack.
Please give him a heart attack. Will be fun.
Black pudding might be a very good idea for a portable food source for you, Opal.
He
But
wakes
I
up
don't know.
and his eyes sort of like he's very. It's let's say it's late and maybe he's had a couple of ales and his eyes sort of slowly come and comes open and he sees Gottel there. He's you can be a fright, young man. Oh, what are you doing waking an old man up at this time?
To be sure, I didn't. I
What
was just
are you-
watching it like this.
You woke me up then. Oh, I'm going back to sleep. I've got a terrible headache.
No, wait. What were you making in the kitchen?
I make all sorts of bread and oats. Oh, I got overnight oats, I got some fresh milk and cream, and I made overnight oats.
Can you stop
sausages.
using the blood, please?
Black. Oh yes, yeah. Oh, yes, I made some black puddings. That's going to be tomorrow's breakfast, Bacon,
No.
mushrooms.
Do not touch the blood unless you ask me.
Well, I'm the cook around here. I do what I want with the
No.
pantry.
You need permission for that.
Oh.
And I kind of like. You can see my face is a little bit scary.
Oh. Fine, I won't touch your blood then. What is it in there for if I can't make blood pudding?
You might be able to make it if you if you have my permission.
Oh. Right, well,
So he doesn't
fine.
know he's made black pudding out of human blood.
No, but
Sure, it's
it's
not
not human
human. It's
blood.
from the butchers.
It was like pig's
It's
blood.
from the blood. Oh,
Yeah, it's
fair,
not the
fair.
human. It's not human. It's from
Oh,
animal.
it's part of the deal. But what you know, little lady, it could be a really good food source for you that'll keep and transport really easily. You know, a little bit of black pudding.
I
You'd have it
don't
on a
think
sandwich.
I
It's
prefer
blood.
the.
It's just solidified into a sausage.
No, I prefer to feel the blood coming down my throat. Oh,
Well,
I don't.
there is that, but you know, it's not all about how we prefer. It's about expediency and being inconspicuous. A little girl can eat black pudding and nobody notices, but if she's got a straw stuck in a bottle of blood, supping it down like lemonade, the locals are going to notice that sort of shit.
Mm, I don't know. Is this something that can work, Mike, or does it need to be blood?
No, that would do it. I mean, it's a blood product. I mean, okay, it's got other things in it too. It's got like oats and some herbs and stuff in it, but it is like 90% blood. It's just as Corp said. It's solidified. It's made into like a solid, a soluble thing.
Yeah, I can
Soluble?
give
No,
it a
solid.
try.
No, not
See
soluble. Is not the right word.
and see how I feel.
Give it a go, do the odd test for breakfast, but it'll be a very stealthy way of getting your supplies
Yeah,
on board.
yeah. I can try. I can give it a try.
Because Opal eats. It's not like you don't eat, and you
Yeah.
still
I'm
get
just
sustenance
thinking.
from food. It's just you don't get as much sustenance as you would do from drinking blood.
Yeah, no. The only thing I'm thinking, because it is dried blood, if it is losing any of the qualities that the vampire gets from the liquid blood.
I don't know. I don't think it would be too bad for you, really. Um, we will,
But
if you have some for breakfast, we will roll on it and we'll see just how good it is for you. But you didn't give him a heart attack, unfortunately, because I did roll an 18 plus his con. So,
That's fine.
um, and he is a bit of an old piss artist, so he's definitely he's got quite a good constitution. I also realised saying piss artist, if you're obviously in the UK, you understand what that means, but anywhere else in the world, you probably don't. It means that basically he's a very seasoned drinker.
I've never heard this before.
Exactly. That's what made me think. Okay, are we all retiring to bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
no, I'm going to resume my station above the butler.
Okay, well, he sort of looks at you a bit concerned but goes back to sleep.
He's going to try because I'm going to cast light on my eyes and beam down on him. No, I'm going to leave him alone to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you want this breakfast. So the next morning, it's actually for the first time, it is raining. As I said before, Amiens is starting to leave that summery period. It's heading into its autumnal phase, and you wake up to rain. It's a bit cooler than what it had been previously, and you hear it there beating against the windows. But the fragrances of fried sausages and bacon, black pudding. There's some mushrooms. He's done some fried toast for you as well. It's all laid out on the table. Fresh coffee. And he, come on, everybody. It's time for breakfast. I'll join you.
You ain't get it this morning.
I did. You're very quiet there, Ray. I didn't hear what you said.
I said you're eager this morning.
Well, I had a good night's sleep. I've had a lovely jar of coffee.
The whole jar.
Oh yeah, it was a whole jar.
I'm just
All
gonna dig
right.
into my bag.
Let's try. Yeah, me too. I get also some coffee.
Yeah, it's nice. It's, you know,
Because
fresh.
I like the coffee, the smell of the coffee.
Yeah, it's the best blend from Ventus, you know.
Oh, good. I like a good coffee.
And he's eagerly watching Opal and said, "So, try the black pudding. What do you think?"
So I ate it. Is it good?
It's
Should I
amazing.
roll something?
You can roll to see how like for like the vampire side, you can roll for that. But I mean, yeah, it tastes amazing. It's so nice. It's
What
really
should I
hard.
roll?
It's really hearty. It's got this velvety texture in your mouth. What did you roll?
What do you? Is it a D4?
Just no. Roll. Yeah, no.
Just
Roll
a
the d4 because that
D20?
was what we were using before. Was it as a measure of how long you have to go between feeds?
4.
Yeah, it's just as good as if you were drinking it.
Okay.
It's probably like the extra bits that are in it as well, which have bolstered. You know, it's given an extra something to it. Um, it's an unusual experience for you, but you do feel satisfied. But the flavour of
Old
it, the
man,
taste is amazing.
old man, you've got tricks in your sleeves you haven't shown us before. Good job. I have to say that is a very good black pudding.
Ah, thank you very much, young lady.
Do we need them to make some more before we go on our
Yes, I
next long
will
travel?
because I really like it, and if you don't mind, I will bring you some more blood. Can you make some more so we can have it for the winter
Yes,
and for our trips because it's an easy snack.
yes, I can make more.
So the next time, because I think they deliver the blood into the house, do they?
Yes,
I
they do.
think you
Yeah.
had some. Yeah, I think you had a setup where it was being delivered to you every now and again.
Yeah, so when the next delivery comes in, just make some more, please.
Okay, I will. I tell you what, I'll take half of it and make more, and leave the other half.
Yes, that's a good
I
idea.
don't know why you get so excited about this blood, though. I don't know why you want to keep it. Never mind.
Oh, it's just something for art.
Oh, I shan't ask any more questions. It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, some of the paints, when you paint, it can be a little bit, can have a little bit of strange materials in it, and blood is one of the very good way of preserving your painting.
Let's have a deception check because I've just done an insight. I want to see.
Deception, okay?
Yeah,
Natural 20.
I
So
got
weird.
I have a 19.
That's so weird. Like, natural 20. That's so
He's
strange.
looking at you. He's looking at you, and he's just like, hmm, okay.
21 in total.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's like, I'm not sure about this, but I have no option but to believe you.
Yeah.
Yes, well,
Oh,
art. Okay, if you say so.
It's one of my hobbies.
I'm sure it is.
A
Ogle.
girl needs to have a hobby.
Anyway, I will clear away my things, and he goes off and starts doing stuff.
so we head down to the sewers to see if we can find any more information.
Mm-hmm.
Because we kind of left in a rush last time.
Yeah. Are you taking?
Yeah.
The house does have coats and such. I don't know if Gottel wants one, but are you two taking coats to keep you warm and dry?
Yeah, yeah, I'm wearing my autumn clothes. You know, when you start wearing your coat, a little bit of the hat.
Yeah. Like I say, it's tipping it down outside, so you want something to keep you dry.
Yeah, I've still got my
Yeah.
big black leather pilot coat.
Cool. In that case, if I say if Gottel's not dressed, I don't think Gottel really needs to dress up, does he? But
Well, you don't need to dress up, but I am going to don a pimp jacket anyway.
pimp jacket. Okay, you can put on a pimp jacket. That's absolutely fine.
I think.
Yeah, we head down to the sewers. You head down towards the docks where you had the entranceway that you know about, and I think you had a little map, if I remember right, showing you. Oh no, I think you were guided, weren't you, in the known part? But we'll say that perhaps you were gifted a map or something just to make your life a bit easier.
We drew maps.
You did
Yes,
draw,
was it
yeah,
the one
you
that
did
we
draw
were
some maps.
drawing it? Yes.
Yeah, well, that was for the unknown part. But we'll say you certainly could have obtained a map of the known part. But yeah, you head on down there, and you head into the sewers. What's the intention? Where do you want to go?
We're gonna go to where we met up with your mum, and that's the one. But one second.
Did you say you're going to meet up with your mum? What did you say?
No, your man.
Oh, your man.
Your man. It's in my other notebook. Okay. Darius. Yeah, Darius.
Darius Skagan.
Yes.
Darius Skagan, the leader of the Bones crew.
Darius Funny Bones. Right.
Was it Skagan? Darius Funny Bones Skagan? I believe that was his name.
I think so. And then there was Slip McCockton as well, and Rodney.
Ah, well,
Nikolai.
Slip. No, it wasn't. No, it was Slip McCocken, but it sounded like the other. No, that was he's the dwarf, the guy that deals in like antiquities and stuff.
Oh yeah, the one I.
But no, you're right. Darius Funnybones Skagan. That was the leader. You killed him and most of his crew. But yeah, just tell me how you want to sort of proceed, really, and I can tell you more about it. I've not got the map up for the dungeon for the sewers.
Yeah, I think we just go to the wing where we met them and had the big fight.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you make your way back down through those sort of tunnels. They're vaguely familiar because you haven't been there that long ago. Obviously, you need a light source. I'm presuming Gottle's going to set a light to his eyes again and have them as headlights.
I think so. Yes, why not?
And you make your way back to that sort of into that common room that they sort of set up, and before you is that large chamber where all the water was rushing in and that sort of thing, and you can see off in the distance the crumbled corridor or the crumbled exit chamber where the explosion happened from that ship firing in onto the gunpowder. And I believe you left the bodies there, so there are multiple rotting corpses. Or at least maybe not rotting, because I'll say it hasn't been that long, but they're certainly not looking fresh. Bloated, perhaps. And a bit grim.
So yeah, I'm just gonna investigate, see what we missed when we just bolted.
Well, these rooms that you've been in are very much as you left them. Like I said, there are corpses. You've looted a few bits and bobs, but this part of the sewer has returned to its function. You just see channels of muck flowing, and that exit bit where it was exploded. You can see bits of daylight through the rubble, but you can see obviously, okay, it's backed up some of the water, but it's still getting through. So there is like a deeper pool of water in that round audience section. Did I send you the map after you showed me what you'd drawn?
I think you
No.
flashed it up on screen, or you judged which one was closest, if I remember.
Okay, sorry about this YouTube, because I am going to have to just go into.
I think you did.
I'm just checking the maps channel myself.
Yes.
Yeah, have a look in the maps channel and see if it's there. If not, I'll pop it in if I can find it. I don't know where I would have saved it. Oh, I would have saved it in my folder.
I'd quite like to track back and see if I can find the source of the original explosion at some point.
Yeah, okay. Did you want the map up then, or have you got it, or is it in there?
I cannot find it in the maps channel per se.
Let's see. Oh, it's not in my maps folder either. Where did I save it?
Well, if we're just checking along scorch marks, we'll probably be okay.
Yeah, so basically, just to remind everyone that basically there was this communal room where you came in by, and then there was a large circular chamber. You had stairs leading down to a lower section. There was like a brazier down there. There was another raised up dais in the middle where there was like an old, like where people would have strapped a woman to and dunked her in a river to prove if she was like a witch or not. One of those in the middle of what you can only imagine is some disgusting cesspit. Off to the far end. Go on, say again.
So I just sent. Was it this one? I just sent.
Have you stuck it in the maps? I will have a look in the maps channel. I apologise, YouTube, but it's going to mess up things. No, that was the temple that you went to.
Because I'm sure you sent it.
I
Anyway,
was
okay.
sure I did, but it's not appearing anywhere that I can see. So that's all right. I don't know where it's got to. I could just quickly bring it up because I know if I do this on the internet, it will come up. This is what it looked like. This was the map that I used as my inspiration. So you'll see what I'm talking about by the big round thing. Of course, if you're a podcast listener, that description I just gave of a big round chamber, a lower section, a dais in the middle with this like dunking platform, and then on the opposite side, just the top left, you've got like this tunnel that goes down. And originally there was like a big grate at the end of it, and that went out into the mouth of the river ruin there. That tunnel is now collapsed and destroyed by the explosion that went off in the episode where they came down here. YouTube, I should be able to bring up this map. It's not my own map, I will be honest. I did pinch it just for ease. Let me stick this in the maps channel for you guys. Oh, it's not going to do it, is it? Because that's... Oh, that's a Chrome document. Oh, I don't know. Okay, do you know what? I'll post it up. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll just overlay this on the screen. For you guys, I'll stick it in the maps channel later on. But yeah, this area is a little bit underwater now, and dirty, filthy water because of, it's backed up a bit. Yeah. How do?
Like I say, I want to trace scorch marks back to where the original explosion might have come from, I think.
The where you were in the tunnel and it kind of... That was that explosion that collapsed the exit part.
Yeah, to trace it back to the point of origin.
Yeah, so, I mean, it wasn't too long ago. You will remember that there was a load of black powder down the end of that tunnel. And there was that, what appeared to be a small ship. And it fired off a cannon straight into that black powder. Which, of course, collapsed that tunnel. Partially collapsed. It hasn't completely collapsed it. You can still see daylight through it, and water's still getting through. Just not as easily.
Can we get through it?
If you want to go down wading around in that muck, you're going to have to make a con save. Because that's not going to be pleasant.
I guess I can go across if you don't want to go across, Rolio.
Oh yeah, you won't have to. You won't get it all, will you? Yeah, we'll send the robot.
Oh, less of the robot.
Or is he
But
a...
obviously, I am less of a robot because I'm only 4 foot tall. But don't be holding that against me.
Or does he transform into a row-bot? He can row, you
Hey,
know.
oh,
Anyway.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing then. Good old goal. If you don't mind.
I don't mind. I mean, I was going to say I could probably carry you across, but actually, I don't think I could because these arms aren't as strong as they used to be.
These boots were made for walking.
Oh, I'm going to get me bloody boots wet, aren't I?
I
One
think
thing I can't abide, it's wet feet.
Yeah, that's what.
Can I, instead of going through the disgusting bit, can I climb on top, like upside down and walk?
yeah, you can do that. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, so tracking it back, any particular good signs of anything?
Well,
Sign of any person's charred remains from setting it off or anything like that?
no, I mean, as I said, you were there. You know very well that it was the shot from this cannon that exploded it. There's in the water. There's maybe the charred remains of the guy that was quite close to it. The guy that alerted everyone to flee because this thing was about. There was this ship and a cannon was about to be fired. I can't remember if he was alerting you, go and get down, or there was something, but he, yeah.
Well, yes, but we thought he was just after having a dance off.
No, he did very clearly run up and go, everyone get down or run away or something.
Get down,
Yeah. Yeah, it's very clever. But no, I mean, like I say, it was exploded by a cannon on a boat remotely, so there's nothing really there to change your opinion of how it went off.
There's no evidence of spare black powder left lying around the place. Anyone exploded?
Oh, not in that section. No, that whole bit that went off. There was no way anything would survive that.
I said across the road, right, this bit's safe now. There's no blowy up things over here.
Is there any more
feels wrong
black
doing
powder
that in
around?
an Irish accent.
Is there any black powder around in the main chamber?
No, it was all cleared out.
Is there anything of interest that we missed?
In this room, no, not really. I mean, a lot of it's been washed away, really, from the flooding caused by the blockage. Like I said, there's now spoiled barrels of food and drink in this bit. You've got to the so as I said, you've got this round chamber. To the top left, as you looked at it from the sort of common area, you have this crumbled chamber now. Directly to the right hand side is this like waterfall of sewage coming in, but through a stream, a channel, and that's coming from a higher portion. The other side of that, you can see some steps leading up into another little corridor on the far side, on the right hand side. That place, both of those you hadn't explored.
Maybe you should go up those steps. What do you think?
Yeah,
that's good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and investigate.
So you make your way up them steps, and you come into what's clearly, what's probably Skegan's chambers. So it looks quite nice in here. The torches and the candles have obviously long gone out now, because it was probably a good week or so since you were down here. But yeah, I mean, you can I say bringing your own light anyway. But yeah, you can see like he's got nicer bedding in here. It's a lot nicer than the dorm rooms that you found for the crew in around that sort of common area, because there were a few chambers there that led off that you investigated. But yeah, so nicer bedding. He's got like a little rug on the floor, a closet, or like a chest of drawers and that.
Give it a bit of a search, a bit of a shakedown,
Yeah, let's read it.
Yeah, and
Read it all.
there's like a desk as well. He's got a desk with some papers on it and such, and a small chest and some drawers. I'm not going to make you roll for it because if there's nothing here to impede you. You search around the room and you find a bag containing 50 gold. He's got in his chest of drawers a pair of gloves with some like arcane looking embroidery on them. It's not that it's not like, what I mean by that is it's not the embroidery has a glow of magic about it. It's stitched in such a way that it could be like an arcane sigil or something like that. There is a box of custom made tools. Investigating that, they kind of look like thieves' tools, that kind of thing. There's a dagger which has a rather unusual handle. It looks like it's made from like a finger, like the bones of a finger. And you find the gang's signet ring just on the desk.
Is that the same as the one we took off him?
Yeah, it's the same sort of ring, exactly the same design and such.
What about in the paperwork?
It's just ledgers of things that they're keeping a track of. Have we got enough food? Who's stolen what? Oh, we've got 500 gold coming in tomorrow from a shipment of something illegal.
Alright,
Yeah.
there's no piece of paper saying we've stuffed an extra 20 barrels of explosive powder somewhere else or anything like that.
In the ledger, it does note the comings and goings of the oh god, what was their name now? The of Robert Runzie.
We take that.
And it does note down on different dates, like 20 barrels arrived here and 50 barrels arrived there. We distributed them here and we distributed them there. There's mention.
Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah, you can take those. There's mention of a chamber being built. So they're talking about where they've been excavating using the tunnels to get to certain places with underneath the city, and they're excavating. There's one, the most recent one is of an excavation underneath the Colosseum, where they were taking barrels, or were planning on taking barrels.
Maybe we can have a look there.
Yeah, I think we should head that way. Okay. Yeah. If there's something else here, then we'll head towards where they were excavating for the Colosseum. Okay.
Yeah, to see why.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. But we will head in that direction after we take a quick break, because we are on an hour and it worked quite nicely last time when we took a break. So we're going to do that. We'll call this the end of part 1, and we'll see you again very soon for part 2. Goodbye. Hello everybody, welcome back to Easy Rollers, episode 24, part 2. We are in the sewers, and we are exploring. I believe we're off to check out the mentions of this latest expansion by the Bones crew to place explosives underneath the Colosseum. Obviously, they were unsuccessful because there is no more black powder in here, and the Colosseum has not been blown to bits. But let's go for it, shall we? So you.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, because I didn't actually say it in the last part. There's probably some description of where they were planning on doing this, and they sort of marked off on a small hand-drawn map which corridor was the best one to start using for the excavations. And so they've, following this hand drawn map, you kind of make your way around this waterfall type thing, waterfall of poop and other nasty things. You make your way up some stairs along it, and you kind of follow this river, and then you come to a corridor off of this main sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, this main corridor of effluent. And you go down this little passageway, and it goes on for a little bit, and it's kind of like weaving around. It seems to go up and down. It's kind of like some sort of like an access tunnel, I suppose. But what you come to is a corner. How's everyone sort of going? Are you sort of going cautiously, or what's the plan here?
I mean, we believe this place is empty, don't we?
Yeah, it's not a wide corridor, so you would end up being single file. So
Yeah, it would be
go in front.
Well, we need the torch up front.
Oh yeah, of course.
I can certainly go up front, it's fine.
Cool.
I'll go middle.
What's Gottle's passive perception?
It's 14, Ted.
14. And are you actively looking about, or are you just walking?
Well, I'm going to be looking around a little bit because, I don't know where I'm going and I don't want to, fall down a great big hole in the floor, particularly.
It's a straight corridor, so you can't go getting yourself lost, but yeah, you're probably looking about. Unfortunately, you don't quite notice, and you hear a bing as you set off another tripwire similar to the one that you did on the first time you come down here in a different corridor. And there's an almighty explosion around you. But there are two parts to this. Could everyone make a dex save?
Ooh, 17.
19.
Cool.
24.
24.
Jesus Christ.
So you don't notice the tripwire at all. You hear the ding, and because, alright, you're not, as you already said, you're not being overly cautious, but you probably are aware of these traps you've already encountered one. As soon as you feel that little bit of resistance on your foot, Gossel, and you hear that little ding, you probably just grab people and jump as far away from this as you can. And you jump. Which way would you say you jump? Backwards or forwards?
Oh, no, roll a d6, and if it's odd, I'll go forwards, and if it's even, I'll go backwards. Because I just don't know. It's even, so I'll go backwards.
Cool. Everyone is going to take 8 points of bludgeoning from the explosion as this black powder keg goes off, and you get the ceiling. This part of the corridor it's not new, and it hasn't been maintained, and the ceiling collapses in, blocking your path.
Oh, bugger it. I just had these dents buffed out.
Sorry, Mike. How much bludgeoning did you say?
It's 8 points of bludgeoning damage from the explosive force. But you're not getting, the cave in from the ceiling. It's only in that sort of immediate vicinity of the thing. That's why I asked, do you jump either way to get out of the way of the explosion? And those points were halved because you were all above the damage threshold, basically.
Right, well, is there a way through?
It's not collapsed too much, rubble. You could clamber over the top if you wanted to. It's not comfortable, but you could do it.
What do you think, chaps? Do we want to go down this bit? You must be guarding something down here.
Well, yeah, you don't put a trap, you will not guard.
Or do you think that, it was a trap to stop people coming into the main chamber?
We
And
will
this will
not
come
be
out as
able.
another exit somewhere.
We'll not be able to know unless we go and check. But maybe we should check for traps before we proceed.
All
I
right,
think
so
check the
let me just see if. Just a minute there.
Because Gottel will be the one in front here. He's the one who's going to be closest to this rubble.
Right, I can cast Unseen Servant as a ritual
Yeah?
and send him 60 feet ahead of us
Yeah, absolutely. That's
as
fine.
kind of a coal mine canary, if you will.
Yeah. So he was it like a spiritual thing? He would pass through that rubble, or he'd have to go up over it. Doesn't really matter.
He's a shapeless, invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force, so it's not really there's no dimensions on it particularly.
Okay.
It's just like this
So you guys see
amorphous
this?
blob.
Yeah, you guys see this like blob thing just goes up over the top of this rubble through the narrow entranceway, or through the narrow bit between the dirt ceiling now and the rubble. And it goes on ahead. How far was it? 60 feet, did you say it could go?
I'm going to send him. The range is 60 feet, so I'm going to send him 60 feet,
Yeah, he
just to the
comes.
edge of the range there.
He comes up against a steel door.
Right, so my main mind of things was that he'd trip any extra traps, and we'd be 60 foot away from the bastard.
No, there's nothing. Doesn't seem to be anything.
Right, I'm going to keep him up
There.
on here. Right, I tell you, we've got a door up there, but it can't go any further because I can't send him any further away from me. Plus, he's really shit at opening doors.
Yeah, sure. Let's head in.
Okay,
I'm gonna wild shape
clamber
into
over.
something small.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to say, as you're not under any duress, you can clamber. You can take the time to clamber over. If anything was going on, if it was like initiative, then there'd be checks involved getting,
Yeah.
yeah. But at the moment, you're fine.
I'm gonna wild shape into a rat and just run over the top.
Yeah, sweet. You're on the other side. And again, it's just a. I mean, whereas a rat, you probably have dark vision. But
Yes.
yeah, you can see down. It's just another long corridor. It just seems to go on into the darkness.
I'm going to clamber over with him and open the door there. And that's where we see the big corridor going down, is it?
So you get over the rubble, and you want to go up to the doorway and just open it.
Well, I think I want to go up to the doorway and have a little look at the door and make sure there's no bits of wire or anything hanging off it.
Yeah, give us an investigation roll then.
I'm not particularly good at investigation. In fact, I barely notice there's a door because it's a natural one.
Yeah, it's just a great big steel door in the way, or iron door, whatever I said
I
it was.
found a door. It looks like a door. It's great.
It looks like a door. It
That's the
feels
door.
like a door. It's probably a door.
It's not been left open, so I can tell you it's definitely not ajar.
Unless it is a
Hang on,
shapeshifter.
hang on, hang on, hang on. Faucet knob takes 2 points of psychic damage.
Hey.
How is he not dead yet?
Well, because he keeps getting a long rest.
Oh,
And I try and ration my joke telling a little bit. I don't want him dead because he gives us free ale.
I'm just gonna climb on top of Gold's head because I can't communicate.
Yeah, well, you've got a door in front of you. Opal, you'll be stood behind Gottel because, like I say, it's quite a narrow corridor unless you want to try and squeeze past each other.
I mean, do you not want to, go and stand a bit further back while I open it? Okay,
If I'm wild shaping it, I'll just get knocked out of it.
right. That's all right for some. May have got to get the Duraglit out later.
It hasn't got
Um,
like a normal handle on it. It's kind of like one of those like vault type doors where you turn a wheel and the mechanism is like two bars which change shape. You know, they pull in, and then you could open it.
right, well, I'm going to have a go at opening it, aren't I?
Yeah, it is just a door and a normal mechanism to open it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just a door.
Excellent. What's on the other side of the door?
I would like you to give me a perception, wisdom check, actually.
A wisdom check.
A wisdom check.
That's the top of the character sheet there. Oh no, does it do that? Oh, it's there. Yeah. Sorry, wisdom check's different to a wisdom save. I am not feeling wise at all today. That would be a 2.
Yeah, it's fine.
Be like, bloody hell, this door is great, isn't it?
You look through the
It's such a
aperture and
lovely
it's
door.
just, yeah, lovely door. You look through the aperture, nothing there that's worrying you. You're quite happy.
Great. Well, I'm going to send my unseen servant 60 foot forwards,
Okay, that is
skimming the
8.
floor.
interesting one. So it has no physicality about it, right?
It is a force,
It's a force.
so it has an armor class. It has hit points. It can perform any task that a human servant could do. So presumably, it could have opened the door itself and lit a fire and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it can
What's its
do
armor
everything
class?
a human servant could have done. Its armor class.
Oh, in fact, no, it's not an armor class at all. Could it give me a dex save, please?
Well, I mean, shall I use my dex?
It doesn't have
It doesn't have a dex particularly.
Yeah, go on then. Give us your dex.
These dice are fucking. These dice are terrible tonight. 7.
7.
7.
7.
It goes. Hang on. 6. It goes into something and takes 9 points of acid damage and can't move any further.
That's okay
It's completely
because
restrained.
it's gone.
Cool.
It's not. It's disappeared.
So you kind of see it go forward, not that far on the other side of the door, maybe like 20 feet, and then it's like, boom, gone.
There's something shitty ahead.
Let's roll initiative, everybody.
Oh dear. 14.
13, was that for Opal?
No, 14. 1 4.
14, yeah, cool. Sorry, it sort of get crackled as you said the number.
That's alright.
21.
And Rolio?
Rat has 12.
Awesome. So we've got all Opal, Rolio. Okay, cool. Gottle, you are up first. Let me just bring up some lovely combating music. How do you react?
I mean, can I actually see anything there?
No. You can't see jack shit.
Right,
All
well-
you are aware of is the point at which your unseen servant disappeared.
And how far ahead of me was that?
About 20 feet.
Right, and I'm going to back off 30 feet. And I'm going to hold my action pending anything coming through that door.
If you're going to back up 30 feet, you're pushing past Opal to do so. Because I think she was pretty much well behind you.
I think.
Yeah,
Or
that's
you...
fine. I'm hiding behind the skirts of a little girl.
Cool, okay. Opal, you're
But I'm
up.
holding my action pending something coming through the door. It's like, haha.
I'm still on his head.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right in reverse.
Opal, what are we doing?
I kind of, when I see Gretel do that, I kind of do the same, and I kind of
So you
not
barge past
hide,
him.
but yeah, just to make sure that because something is triggered, so we don't get the backlash of it.
So you've gone back 30 feet. So you're now 30. You're both 30 feet away from the rubble, and
Mhm.
Opal, you're now behind Gottle again. Rolio, you're up.
I'm gonna stay in rat form for now. Just
Okay.
wait.
All right. Cool.
Oh, actually, as a rat, I have got keen smell. Can I roll a wisdom check to see if I can recognise the smell?
Yeah. I don't know that. Yeah, go on. You can give it a go. It'd be a very high DC.
Yeah, keen smell, fancy 17.
Yeah, you smell something not great.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. Something happens, and then we're back to Gottle.
Something happens. Can I see anything at all there, Ted?
I will allow you to make one more wisdom check.
Oh no, it's a wisdom save I did there. Sorry, I pressed the wrong sorting thing,
That's all right.
which is a shame because it was actually a good roll.
In fact, you can have advantage because, as I said, something happened, but you don't know what.
That's 11 with advantage.
Yeah, still, you just can't see anything. Something you're getting the impression something's there, but you just don't know.
Right. Then I am going to cast Nather's Mischief 10 foot in front of us.
Okay.
And the effect of that will be that if anything passes through it, it will. It will need to give me a wisdom saving throw or begin giggling and be incapacitated.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And that's me. So there's just this cube of giggle juice in the corridor now ahead of us.
That wouldn't class as being a charmed effect, would it?
No, it's not a charm, I don't think.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's fine.
Mischievous surge table.
Yeah. All right.
Of
That's fine.
no, it's not charmed. No.
Okay. That's cool. Well, in that case, Opal, it's you.
So I'm not quite sure if I can do like I want to do the survival check just to see if there is anything there.
Wisdom check it was.
Yeah, like it's wisdom survival for me is to track if there is
Well,
any
if you're going to try
undead.
and notice this thing, it's perception. So it'll be wisdom perception.
Okay.
I wish you'd have said perception first time. I got a much better
22.
bonus with perception.
Well, it says on the sheet I have here, it's
Wisdom
a
check.
wisdom check, which brackets perception. Yeah.
22.
Yeah. You sort of peer past Gottle. You have dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
You move back 30. It was 20. So yeah, you're still then. You see the outlines of this kind of like gelatinous shape completely filling the corridor ahead of you.
Guys, there is a gelatin here. Is it moving?
Uh, well, if this was in real time, then yes, it's slowly moving towards you. But obviously, as it's turn based, no, it's not at the moment.
Okay, so
But you would perceive
uh,
that yes, it's moving.
so I
Just very slowly.
so I need to make a spell range attack against the target.
Yeah.
$19, does it hit?
It does hit.
Uh, so then there is a beam of energy comes out from my finger, and the creature takes 7 points of force damage.
Okie dokie. Yeah, lovely. Your beam of magic whoosh,
Oh, I
strikes
just
the beam.
realized.
Go on.
So because I am 5th level, we are 5th level now.
Yeah.
It creates 2 beams.
Okay.
I do a second attack on the creature, which is exactly the same. 15 plus 4, 19,
Yeah, yeah.
and it takes 1 point of force damage.
Okie dokie. Yeah,
So
so
total 8.
it strikes into it. You kind of see it like a wibble wobble, jelly on a plate.
Does it look as if it is getting damage, or is it absorbed? You know what
It's really hard to tell. It's so hard to tell.
Okay.
It's just this mass of goo, basically.
And that's me.
Lovely. Rodeo, you're up next.
I'm gonna bonus action to drop out of wild shape.
I believe, and I'm going to rule it this way, now it's been attacked, you can all perceive it. Because it seems daft that she's just firing off magic and you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, I think we'd see like the ripple effect.
Exactly, yeah.
Skim the
Yeah,
stone across water.
precisely.
So yeah, I'll use bonus action to drop out of wild shape, and I'll use my action to shoot a guiding bolt at this thing.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Um, 11 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
19 points of radiant damage.
19 points of radiant, yeah?
Yes, please.
Cool. 66. That will be. Uh, sorry, just doing late night maths. You know what it's like. Cool. It's the things go, which we now know is a gelatinous cube. It's done 15 feet. You're 30. You were 50 feet away. It's closed in 15, which puts it at 45. No, 35. Yes, 35. It will action dash. I believe. It doesn't say I can't do it. It's going to action dash, which will close up 30. So it's. Go on.
It will come into the
Yeah.
area of the cube before it finishes its dash.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it would need to
Go for it.
give me a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Oh, he's not very wise. He's -2 to wise. 15 -2, so 13.
So he is now a giggling jelly.
I'm not sure
And
it's
is
capable of giggling,
incapacitated.
but it's like wobbling all over the place.
Well, I'm just imagining a wibble wobble jelly on a plate. At
exactly.
This
So he's incapacitated.
He's incapacitated at whatever point he first entered the
Yeah.
20-foot cube of
Okay.
giggling jelliness.
How far away from you was it?
I put it sort of ahead of me, sort of 20 foot,
So 20 foot ahead. Okay, so he's quite away.
and it's a
away
20
still.
foot cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's practically not moved at all, really.
It's practically gone. Ooh.
Yeah.
Into
It's
it,
kind of
yeah.
like surged forward a little bit, and then I was going to say about 10 feet, and then it's stopped again. Cool. Okay. Got all. It is your
Oh,
go.
and now he must use all of his movement to move in a random direction.
Okay. Well, there's only got two options: forward or backwards. So odds will be forwards, evens will be backwards. That's a 6, so he moves backwards.
All of his movement backwards.
Well, you can only move 15 feet to the dash with 30.
Yeah.
So let's put him, because he's done 10 feet, we'll put him 20 feet back again. So he's practically gone back to where he started,
Excellent.
which was 20 foot inside
My
of that.
mind is like a shield of steel.
It is your go.
It's my go again. Right. Well, it's
Well, yeah, because
concentration.
your thing that was your thing going off, wasn't it? That he ran into.
It was, and it's a concentration thing there. So, with concentration, I guess I can fire off some vicious mockery at him. It's a cantrip. Is that right?
Yeah, as long as it's not another concentration spell, you're fine.
Well, let's hit him with some vicious mockery. You
Yeah, okay.
spineless piece of shit. I've seen more spine in a pool of custard. DC 14 wisdom save.
DC 14 was again. He's not very wise boy, and that's only a 2, a -2, so it's a 0.
Then he can take 7 points of whatever that would be. Is that psychic?
I believe so.
Psychic damage. Yes, 7 points, and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
Okay. I don't think it's going to get much of an attack going on because it can't get near you.
That's the whole point of Nasair's mischief. It's that little buffer zone.
Yeah, you're definitely giving yourselves one of those. Opal, you're up next.
Sorry, is he back to where he first started?
Back to where he started, yeah. And he's wobbling all over the place.
If I attack the blob, is it going to break the spell of the giggling? Is it
No,
like
it doesn't.
when you do charm person that you cannot attack?
No, it doesn't say anything about that. It just says will be incapacitated till the end of his next turn.
Being
So
the nice and benevolent DM that I am, did you say you're going to do charm person?
No, Bainer was asking whether it worked like charm person.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I say because he is immune to being charmed. Just to let you know.
Yes, of course, but it's not. Yeah. He's a jelly. So I release another Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
18 hits. What about 7? Does it hit?
No. Oh, both hit. Yeah, 7 and 18 both hit.
Is it? Okay.
It's got a really low armor class, but a lot of hit points.
11 hit points of force damage.
Cool. Do you know, I thought this is going to be the one. I get you trapped between a rock and a hard place, literally, and then you go and throw yourself up a little buffer and make him run away.
I'm sorry about that. It's just a useful little spell there.
It was a very useful little spell, and it's been deployed excellently. Rolio, it is you.
Okay. Same again, guiding bolt. Natural 20.
Yeah.
That was guiding bolt here. 46. 24 points damage for the crit.
Yeah.
6, 17. And then a further 20, so total of 24 points.
44.
44. Cheers, mate.
44.
44 points of radiant damage.
Cool.
And I'll use my bonus action.
You gonna, yeah, go on then. Use your bonus action.
I was going to go into starry form. If I can, please, of the archer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, is that?
that's the end
I
of
thought you were going to do something else
Yeah.
then.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
We
cool.
can.
You
We
see,
discovered that it was.
yeah, that's fine. You see this thing. Obviously, it's wibbling wobbling from the laughter spell, um, but it seems to be like destabilizing, and bits of it are like slopping off onto the floor. Um, it's not wise. I've already said it's it's -2 to wisdom, -5 to intelligence. So it's just going to try and move up again closer to you. It only has 15 feet of movement, so it can't get any closer than that. We go around to Gottel.
He's still not in the old Nefers Mischief sort of radius there at the moment.
No, he
That's right.
moved back 30 odd feet out of it, didn't it?
Yeah, cool. I'll just keep that up, so that'll be the third round of that, if I'm right. And I would give him another set of vicious mockery.
Yeah.
Saying it looks like a bestow grave and it's been left out overnight and that kind of thing.
Did he need to
So
make
another DC 14 wisdom.
Yes, I was going to say there was something sort of save involved in there. Well, that's a definite failure. We're in negative numbers on that one.
Oh dear. Right, well he can take another 7 points of psychic.
As he does so, it completely destabilizes and sort of like there's a bit of an explosion of gunk and goo and blah, 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 as it just goes all over the floor and up the walls and dripping off the ceiling. But you have successfully destroyed a gelatinous cube.
Oh my
Well done.
god, I'm sorry about that. That's never happened to me before.
It's so disgusting.
I'm just annoyed that it didn't get close enough to you to engulf someone. I was really hoping that you weren't going to do the unseen servant and you were just going to go, okay, I walk down the corridor.
Well, no, I had him stood there. I might as well use him,
Well, I think the thing as well is if you had walked down the corridor, they're quite good at eating metal. So
Right, so yeah, that is a consideration.
yeah. Well, you now have.
It could have been quite disastrous for me, particularly.
Oh, it would have been very bad for you. Hence why I was asking for a marching order and
Yeah. Well, thank God I used unseen servant then.
thank God you did, because you didn't see him otherwise.
No. I mean, I just sent my unseen servant blindly down there. Just go down there, Ted. It'll be fine. Shit, he's gone. I'm going back this way, mate.
Well, apart from the icky, sticky goo in the corridor ahead of you, you are free to head forwards. I don't think that the remaining matter is going to cause you any problems.
Well, I'm going to prestidigitate it away anyway.
Okay, that's cool.
Using the old cleaning part of the old prestidigitation.
Clean away the gunk.
That's right. So I'm like a little mechanical jet wash going through
absolutely.
for a chemical spill. Blasting it away, making a little clear path. Both on the floor and on the ceiling so we don't get head drips because I don't want my head melted.
Well, you do that, and you head along the corridor, and what you come to is a large dug-out chamber. So it's like what they've done is they've just decided, well, we must be below the Colosseum here, and they've started excavating. So the chamber just ends, this corridor ends, and you're in like a dug-out cavern, basically. Clearly been dug out by hand and tool. There are a few tools still lying around, but the floor is immaculately clean. There's no rubble. There's literally nothing on the floor. There's ahead of you on the other side. You see there is a ledge about 20 foot up, and up on there are sort of like some desks, or like there's some benches with bits and bobs on them. But this whole floor area is lovely and clean.
Do you think they
This
were
has to be-
using the cube to get rid of the rubble?
I don't know, but it's obviously not been done by professional builders.
No.
There's no
Can I
mess, there's no waste, there's no nothing.
definitely it's not Sparky's down
No, no Sparky.
here. Can I go check out the desk?
Yeah. So just to clarify, so obviously Opal can see in the dark. Rolio's casting Gottle's casting his light about from his eyes. How are you
I'll
seeing
cast
exactly?
produce flame.
You're
I'll
doing
cast
produce flame. Okay, so this ledge where all the stuff is like 20 foot up. You see like the
Oh, there's
remains
no.
of hanging hooked on the ledge. I'm gonna say about 5 feet up, 5 feet from the top of the ledge, so 15 feet up is like the remains of a ladder, but there's clearly like where it's been melted away, where this cube must have passed underneath it.
Oh.
How about Gotland and Opal? What are you guys up to?
I'm just waiting for now to see what.
And is this ladder in the middle of the chamber, or is it,
There's
at a wall edge?
the far wall.
Right. I mean, Opal, you're quite good at
Sorry.
you're quite good at
Yes.
climbing, Opal.
Yeah. Do you want to go and see?
I think you could maybe climb up and drop a rope from the ladder.
Yeah, I can do that.
As you kind of like cast your light around as well, Gottle, you can clearly see there are like holes in the walls, and they're about the right size that you could put like a powder keg in there. They're all empty. There's nothing in them, but you could see that that's
Right.
where they would have intended to place powder kegs.
Right, so that looks quite suspicious, doesn't it? There, the rest of you.
Yeah,
I mean,
if only we could.
this ladder thing up there, does it look like it leads anywhere?
I can go and have a look.
Yeah, it basically goes up to a ledge where they've got and this ledge, I want to say it's a ledge. It's like a whole nother floor, and there's equipment up there, and you can see it from here. There's equipment. There's like I said, tables with kind of like stuff on them, and then you can see beyond that. No, I don't think you would actually from down here, but you can see those bits and bobs. But it's almost like they know that they've obviously trapped that gelatinous cube in there with the intention of it clearing away all the debris and crap. As Rodeo's already suggested, it seems fairly obvious that that's what it's up to, or what they
I
intended
think
for it.
maybe the climb up and the drop a rope down might be the best way.
Yeah, I can do that. So I take the rope and I climb.
Take a rope.
And I climb, and then.
Which rope are you taking? There was no rope mentioned.
I think I've got one.
Oh, if you've got rope, then yeah, you can.
Oh, you see?
I've got rope in the inventory there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
rope too.
You
Yeah,
can
so
probably
I
you
take-
can throw it up and hook it over the ladder maybe and
Yeah,
secure it. Yeah.
Can I see anything up there?
Yeah, like I said, you've got quite a large space up here, and there's supplies. There's like digging, like pickaxes, shovels, sacks, with just like provisions in them, like rotting apples and stuff by now.
While they're
dirty
climbing,
old-
can I like search the area or?
Yeah.
Does
That's
it
what
need
I'm
to do-
telling you. What's up there?
Okay.
That's,
Oh no, I was thinking if I need to roll any.
No, it's fine. There's like barrels of. It's all fairly obvious. There's barrels of like
Okay.
stale water, and on the tables, you find there's loads of like paperwork. There's a few like knives on there and stuff like that. Old like lanterns. And basically, there's a note up there that and it as Rolio said quite rightly, it mentions the use of like this gelatinous cube and oozes to clear out debris much more easily than having to ferry it out by hand. Another note mentions that this is the chamber that was to be used to blow up underneath the Colosseum with the intention of creating a sinkhole big enough that it would literally collapse. Everything would collapse into it. As you are, it mentions your, obviously, Porth Breeze built on a hill on a slope. The Colosseum is about halfway up, so you're a good, way into the hill. So you're probably, if you looked at it, you might be like half a mile below the surface, or something like that. So this was going to be a pretty big bang to do this. But you see, there's another chain, like another corridor that they've clearly cut themselves, leading off to the back of this area.
And what this corridor, can I follow it or does it go far away?
You could follow it if you want. It seems to go up and spiral around, but it's
No,
it's a
just
single file corridor. It's not big.
that's fine. No, I will wait for the others and then we can go up and see.
Yeah, I'll climb it up.
Yeah, going up, going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We'll pick up the paperwork saying about the old, plans and stuff. Store that
Yeah, absolutely.
because it's quite incriminating, isn't it?
It's
That's the
pretty
sort of
incriminating.
evidence we were sent. That's the sort of thing we were sent down here for, to find some evidence what was going on. I think take it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's talking a lot about what the Bones crew were up to, and obviously there was some involvement by Runzi. So you haven't found anything so far that would link any of this to Alora's death, but there's obviously something else going on here.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you uncovered some detail to say that a lot of this was revenge on the city for, the investigation of his mum and dad's death not being handled very well.
Yeah.
Opal is whistling with that information.
So do we carry on exploring the tunnels, or?
Yes, what
Yeah,
to
we
do?
go continue.
Yeah, we'll carry on then. I need to retcon the previous flame. I've still got my styrofoam gun, which means I'll produce light from
Yeah,
just being in that form.
that's fine.
I forgot about that completely.
So if you're going up this little sloping, spirally corridor, who's going in front?
I'm happy to
I'll
go to
take.
the front because I was there before you.
So we're
Yeah,
going to go Opal first.
I'll take the backup.
Okay, so Dottle's in the middle and Rodeo's at the back. Opal, could I have a perception check, please?
11.
11. Let's see. Yeah, you start to hear, very similar to that gelatinous cube, slurping and sounds coming from up ahead. Very
Also,
similar.
while I'm going to this path, can I do search for traps just in case?
Yeah, you can make a. Was that a perception you just did, wasn't it?
Is
Yeah.
it perception again?
Do it. Do investigation for traps.
8.
Yeah, you don't see any.
Okay,
You're trying your hardest, but you don't see any. But you do hear
that's
this
fine.
noise coming from up ahead, and it seems quite close.
Okay, guys, I think there is another gelatinous blob. I can hear something. I don't know. So, like, while we are progressing towards, is there an opening where
No,
the corridor
it
goes?
just goes around in the spiral, and slightly up.
So, does it sound as if it is in the corridor itself?
Oh yeah, it sounds like it's ahead of you. Rodeo, why don't you
Okay.
give me a perception check too?
Perception. What perception's quite high? 22.
As Opal's reporting like this sound up ahead, you're
Mm.
like, I'm hearing it too, back here somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna ready one of my actions. But carry on moving forward. So I'm like walking backwards now.
Yeah.
So, do you mean it is? Do you think there are two of them? Because I hear it forward and you're hearing it backwards.
Either that or an echo.
Well,
So I'm walking. I'm continuing to walking more cautiously and looking more, in more concentrated. Do I need to roll anything or let me know when I first see it?
yes. You are also like now probably on high alert, and
Yes.
then for Rodeo, you get this. It's like a gelatinous cube, but not quite. It's not as big. So it doesn't fill the entire corridor, but it drops out of there's like a hole in the ceiling, and it sort of goes
Mm.
onto the floor in front of you, and that's
I'll
where
release a guiding bolt.
Opal sees hers from around the corner, and then you get two more come from these little holes, like where the gunpowder might go from the walls as well. And the two that are coming from the walls and the one from the ceiling are now in front of you, Rolio, and then Opal's got one in front of her. And again, we're going to roll some initiative, as we have four of these oozes blocking you completely in now.
13.
Opal's a 13.
18.
Rolio's an 18.
23.
Gottle's
Jeez.
a 23. Nice. Let me roll for these guys. So I've got a 12 and a 17. So we're going to start at the top of the round with Gottle, Rolio, Ooze 1. That's going to be the one in front of. I'm going to make a note on this because it's probably going to run out of time. Ooze 1 in front of Opal. And then after that, we've got Ooze 2. And then we've got Opal, which means Ooze 3 and 4. Yeah. Oh no. Ooze 4 is at the top with a natural 20. So, there we are. So, Ooze 1 is in
Well,
front of Opal. Say again.
You see. No, I think I was just saying mine was natural 20 as well on the odd initiative there.
Oh, was it? Sorry. Tell a lie.
With a 20,
oh, of
23,
course.
yes.
Yes, of course. Sorry, he goes after you. Sorry.
Doesn't matter, I'm sure.
Bottle, and then Ooze. Yeah, lovely. That's fine. I just want to make sure we're getting it right. And the hit points are... You'll be pleased to know these aren't quite so tough as the others, but they could still be a problem. Okay, Goal, you are first. You are in the middle, you'll be pleased to know.
Right, so are we in a corridor or a...
Yeah, you're in a tight, cramped, spiralling upwards corridor.
Right, they are, what, 2 ahead, 2 behind, or?
You've got 3 of them behind Rodeo, so 3 behind you and 1 ahead of you in front of Opal.
Right, so... The best course of action, I think, is to plop Nather's Mischief at the back 10 foot towards the cubes in front of Rolio, so between Rolio and the cubes,
Yeah.
and to stick that.
So if you land, so there's 3 of them, but obviously, like I said, it's a cramped corridor. So
Yeah.
they're in a line basically, as you are. So if you plopped it on the middle one, you'd get all 3
Yeah.
of them, I think.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'll use another spell slot, and
So we got. They have to make
it's
a
DC 14
14, yeah.
Wisdom save when it's their turn. Yeah,
When it's their turn, okay. Remind me when it's their turn.
And
Well, one of them's up straight after you, so
and it is the giggling thing again.
yeah. So, are you done?
I am done.
Let's see. Does he pass? No, he doesn't. So he's got the giggling thing. He's got the giggles.
Giggle, jiggle.
What's the name of the spell? 'Cause I'm going to make a note of it, because obviously we're going to run out of time for this combat, and so I'm just going to remember.
It's Nathar's mischief.
Nafair's mischief on ooze. Okay, that's fine. I'll delete those as we go through, just to see who passes and who doesn't. Okay, it is ooze with the giggles. He can't do anything, or he has to repeat the save.
He's incapacitated and uses all of his movement to move in a random direction.
Well, he can only go in one of 2 directions, so we'll go odds is forward and evens is back. It's an odd. He comes forward to occupy Rolio's space, unfortunately. He's not big enough to swallow you, you'll be happy to know. But he can't also...
He's incapacitated.
He can't really... Yeah, but he can't really sit in Rolio's space either. I'll say he swaps places with the ooze in front of him. So he's in front of Rolio. Yeah, I think that's the safest way of doing it. Because like I say, he can't just sit in Rolio's space, as he doesn't absorb. Okay. But he's incapacitated, he can't make attacks and nothing. I think that's probably the... Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, can't make attacks. Okay. But he can't also repeat the save to see if he gets out of it.
Not until, I think, the end of his next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, blah, 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 20-foot cube.
In that case...
Incapacitated.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, in that case, Rolio, it is you.
Cool. I'll cast Moonbeam right in front of me.
Okay.
So it'll hit the one that's there, so it's a con 14 save.
So this is the guy right in front of you.
Yes.
Con is 8, 9. No, it's only 11.
Perfect. That is 19, 24 points of damage.
How many?
24.
Oof! You'll wipe him out. So the guy with the giggles is gone. Mr. Giggles gone.
So that Moonbeam will stay there until
Yeah. Sweet. Okay.
that one comes through. And then I'll use my bonus action to fire a arrow from one of my constellations.
Yeah.
The next one. That's only a. It's only 8 to hit.
That is what you need.
Oh, okay. And that is 4 points of damage.
4 points. Excellent. Cool. Okay. If that's you
So if
done.
any of these oozes move, yeah. So if any of the oozes move into my moonbeam, they've got to take the 14
Oh,
con save.
they will because they're -5 intelligence and -2 wisdom, so they're not the sharpest tools in the box. We go to the one in front of Opal, however, and it's going to attack you. Unfortunately, creature that hits the user melee attack. Oh no, that's fine. So it uses its attack action, which is now. You're not wearing magical armor, are you, Opal?
I don't think so. Let me see. Where is my inventory? No, it's just a studded leather.
And what's the current AC?
16.
16. So this attack automatically reduces your armor class by -1 because it's acid. If it hits,
Okay.
if it hits not one by the target takes a -1 penalty to AC it offers. Yeah, so it goes to 15.
Mm-hmm. Does this mean that I need to buy new armor?
No. I was looking to see if it was a permanent effect because the armor is destroyed if the penalty reduces its AC to 10. But I'm guessing that's if your AC was like 11 and I did it and it was. So yeah, that's fine. You're fine.
But it's not permanent. Like after it will come back.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you don't have to worry too much. But it's only a 7 to hit anyway, so I don't think that does hit you.
Okay.
Does 7 hit? Is that wrong?
So, no,
No.
16.
Yeah, that's fine.
Plus.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course you said yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're fine. You just got this thing kind of like blobbing around in front of you. I mean, it's like man-sized. It's quite big, but it's not big
Yeah.
enough to fill the entire space like the other one was. We go to ooze number 2, who's in the laughter thing. So let's make a roll for him. That's a natural one, so he's got the giggles. And then we're back to Opal.
Okay. Is it close to me now?
Yeah, you got one like right in front of you.
But I don't want to touch it because of acid. Actually, I will hit. I've got a natural one, and the other is 20 to hit
With what?
with my double-bladed scimitar.
Ooh. Okay. So you hit it. What was the highest one you had?
20.
So a nat 20 or a dirty 20?
Oh no, 30.
Dirty 20. Okay, do the damage.
I need to reroll it because I rolled a d4 and a d10 by mistake.
It's alright. Unfortunately, there are consequences. 5 points. No problem. So that goes down to 18 points on that one. Okay. You're going to take. Where is it?
Oh, because it's acid, so I do take
You get like splashback basically, and you take 4 points of acid damage. And because your sword is non-magical, you
It dissolves!
you pull the sword back out of it, and it's just crumbling and dissolving. It's still there. It will be completely destroyed in one round.
What an idiot. Do not touch it. Do not touch it.
Okay, it's the final ooze in the laughter, then we'll call it there because we're at the end. I think it'd be nice to finish off the round. So, the final one, 14. Nope, that's a failure, so he's giggling too. So that ooze has the giggles. So let's set the scene up for next time. It's going to be Gottle at the top of the round. Gottle has got 2 oozes giggling. Rolio has got his moonbeam going off in front of him. There's an ooze in front of Opal. Her sword is now basically moot.
Destroyed. Oh dear.
There are 2 oozes the other side of the moonbeam with the giggles, and Opal goes in between those 2. But that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. So thank you very much for playing, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you again to Pocket Bard. The music has been brilliant for this episode. I really appreciate that. If you haven't tried out Pocket Bard just yet, please do get your DM or someone in your group to go and try it out and put it into your campaigns because it's brilliant. Anyway, that's enough from us. Good night, everybody. See you soon.
Good night.
All right.